Serpentico. I can say it this week. Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and I am being joined today by my good friend, and your good friend as well, Derek Shelton.
What's up? What's up?
We are here to review AEW Dynamite from July 29th, 2020. We are going to go over the full show, give some reviews, some results, and not only that, but maybe some speculation as to where things are going, because one of my predictions that I've been saying for a long time on this show came true. But enough of me and the jibber jabber and all that stuff. I think it's time for us to hit that intro.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
All right, we are back once again. Derek, how you feeling tonight, brother?
I'm feeling good.
What's been going on, man?
You know, just working. Softball season. All that good jazz.
We got sports coming back a little bit. I'm rocking the NBA shirt.
There you go.
You know?
Swish.
But we are here to talk about some pro wrestling tonight. AEW Dynamite. We haven't missed an episode yet. And I don't plan on missing one next week. We've got a pretty stellar lineup. But let's get through tonight first and foremost. Big shout out to Jocelyn, who is in the live chat. My man Jesus De Leon. Ace, what's going on, fam? Good to have you in here as well. Connor, what's good, brother? Let's see here. Jocelyn said move today, so all I could do was listen to the show. Well, Jocelyn, I appreciate that. I hope the move was smooth. You know, that stuff can be very annoying in life, but that is part of the wrestling community, and that's one of the best parts about it is the joy of us working together and being able to just talk pro wrestling to take our minds off of the usual mundane tasks of life or the busyness that just comes along with work, hustle and bustle, and everything else.
Exactly, yeah. Definitely hope that everything went well for you. Moving just sucks, but at least you moved at a good time instead of like the winter time, so.
Big facts. Sick, what's going on, brother? Sick said AEW is crazy tonight. Bro, I got the fat man holding one french fry sweats right now, bro, from that last match. Just, damn. Jonelle, what's going on, Jonelle? Good to have you in here. Oh, well, we're going to talk about that too. Trust. This show was interesting tonight.
It was. It definitely was.
I guess let's not waste any more time. But guys, if this is your first time watching, do me a big favor. First, hit the like button. Always helps out, helps with the YouTube algorithm. I see we got 15 likes. Let's pump that bad boy up. Let's see if we can get to 20 before the end of this video. Make sure someone in the stream tell people to hit the like button. Casey, you almost threw me off with that. Did you cut your head? I did not tonight because I had assistance from the intern and the wife. So there were no cuts, no nicks. But speaking of cuts, if you really want to help out the podcast, you guys can get the Lawnmower 3.0. Thank you for the segue, Casey. You guys get the Lawnmower 3.0. This thing is designed for growing grooming. Perfect handle, good grip, texture on that bad boy. And you guys know what I always say. If you trim the bushes, the trees look taller. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there for you guys. Well worth it, though. This thing is pretty cool. And, by the way, I got some new product for you guys when it comes to it. You guys know that we've always had the ball toner. We've also got the ball deodorant. Gotta powder them boys up. It's summertime. It's hot. You don't want your balls looking like this head, so make sure you powder those up. But check it out. I've got the foot deodorant now, live and in color D. Check that bad boy out, man. I think it's well worth it. Guys, we know the feet are nasty, bro. Like, I don't meet any women who ever say, you know what, that guy's got nice feet for the most part. I'm sure there's one out there, but You got to keep these things clean, fellas. So get that foot duster.
Because you know they're always talking about athlete's foot.
Oh, boom. Tough acting, acting. You got to pay me, though, for that sponsorship. We even got some cologne. What do you think, D? What do we think of the cologne here? I don't think it's bad. I think it's all right. Little subtle.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
A little strong, but it's subtle still.
Strong to like the initial smell. Like once you first breathe it in, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then once it dies down, it's like, oh, it's not that bad.
Right. Exactly. I'm seeing people talk about swamp balls in the chat. I love it. And we even got this nice little kit that you guys could get from Manscaped. Got nice little embroidered logo on there. But you get all the essentials: tweezers, scissors, toenail clippers. Telling y'all, and a nice little file in here. Trust me.
Get those toes, fellas, because you know the women will always complain about the toes. He got shark feet. Freddy Krueger.
But Casey, thank you for that beautiful segue. Manscaped, thank you so much for the sponsorship. I am glad that you guys are still sending me stuff. So make sure you guys use my promo code EPW Show to get 20% off. So go to manscaped.com, promo code EPW Show, save yourself 20%. And you can use that same code EPW Show, all one word, if you go to powerslam.tv and get some free independent wrestling. You may want to check out someone like Warhorse.
Warhorse?
Don't say that. He rules ass. Warhorse. If you want to check him out, you guys could probably put that right in there and see some of the best Warhorse matches on the independent scene. I checked out a match with him and Orange Cassidy earlier. I thought it was fun. Pretty dope from Beyond Wrestling. You guys can check that out as well. And big shout out to our good friends, Josh Burton, Peyton Burton, Everything College Basketball. Make sure you check the guys out. They're getting happy. College basketball is getting ready to gear up. We got some recruiting news still going on. Things are still happening. So check out Everything College Basketball. They have a Facebook page and a podcast. All that down below. Also our links. Get some merch. Whatever. We're done shilling here. We've been shilling. We're 7 minutes in. What is going on, Foul? Good to have you in here. My brother Alfonso is in the house as well. Thank you guys so much. Keep it PG already. Cologne for your balls. Yeah, you got it. Let's talk AEW. We've wasted enough time.
Let's get it.
First match of the night, we had the Inner Circle taking on the 5-man team of Orange Cassidy, his boys, the Best Friends, and the Jurassic Express.
So technically 6-on-5.
Marco, he's just out there managing technically. But I have some issues with this match. I'm going to start right off with it.
Yeah.
And he never says anything bad about AEW. Here it comes. Because rules. We talked about ruling ass. Let's talk about rules in professional wrestling, bro. I have a big problem with this. Tonight. Holy shit. Did they forget that there was a 10 count on anything? Anything.
That's what it seemed like. They were just letting it go. At first, I thought they did say like it was no DQ last week, but I guess I was corrected. So I guess I was wrong.
Well, I think JR kept saying like, is this a tornado tag? Bro, there were no 10 counts in the ring. They did not count anybody out. Tony Schiavone tried to like backpedal and justify it a little bit. And by the way, Taz was on commentary, no Excalibur. We might talk about that at the end of the show. I may save it. I don't know if I want to even speak about that right now because I'm with all of it. Yeah. But as far as this goes, no rules were followed in this match. What the hell? How hard is it to just follow rules?
Listen, it's got to be extremely hard because there's a lot of people who just not follow them in these matches.
Bro, someone of veteran leadership, they need to get together because here's the reason why rules are important. Heels need rules to break so that they are heels.
Yep.
If you don't do that, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Marco interfering. I've talked about this week after week. I love Marco's stunt. This has nothing to do with Marco's stunt. Why do we have unnecessary interference? It's dumb as shit.
It really is.
Marco jumping on people's backs, helping out. I get it. They tossed him back and forth. Little comedy spot for him. Cool. I'm not mad at that Marco gets a little shine in it, but you could do it without blatant, like, this should be a DQ.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, Marco coming in, that basically slowed down the match. Like, you know, him getting in there, so, like, if you look at Luchasaurus with him trying to get on his back, it delayed him for like 10 seconds. It's like, okay, hurry up, Marco, we got to hit this spot. And it just, it took too long. It's like, okay, let's go. It's not happening, so do something different.
I don't know how you guys felt about this match. I'm sure the live chat's going to sound off here in a second about it. But Luchasaurus' mask came off at one part, almost like I think one of the straps slid over or something happened.
Yeah, the top strap slid off.
Yeah, so he had to like take a bump, go out of the way of everything. And I will say that there were some great veterans in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Orange Cassidy knew to step in and take over because he had to fix his mask. They did some good things here. It's not all bad. The work rate is solid in this. I think too many people were in the ring at times. I hated that the rules weren't followed. It makes the refs look like a joke. I get that people want to get their stuff in. I get it. But you're on Dynamite. You don't need to have these long matches every week. Save that for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just follow the rules. Like I said, if they just tighten some things up, I think this match would have been really good. The finish of the match comes here, though, with Matt Hardy interfering. He is going back to his feud now, it looks like, with your boy, Sammy.
The Spanish God.
I knew people were waiting for that. Sammy Guevara, he gets pushed off the top rope into Luchasaurus, and I like that Luchasaurus got the pen here. He hit him with the tail whip, and it was GG, because Sammy ain't kicking out of that shit. He went down. Really cool. Matt Hardy just kind of kept looking at him, pointing at him. He's like, oh, Sammy, welcome back. Right, so, I don't know what this is leading to or the setup. Maybe a match at the Hardy compound. Don't know, but...
Well, I think it's alluding to how... Remember when Matt spoke to Sammy and said, you are turning into Chris Jericho, and I'm trying to save you from that. So maybe this is leading up to them having their match, possibly at the compound, to basically change him and get him off of that. Because let's just be honest, the inner circle is pretty much falling apart. You know, I want to say it's probably because we don't have fans, but that's what it seems like.
Yeah, that's important. Let's see what everyone else is in here saying right now. Foul, what's going on? Check out Foul Original, guys. If you haven't subscribed to him, I'm telling you, make sure you hit the subscribe button before this is over. Foul does excellent news segments, weekly recaps. He has great TNA videos, like recapping the first TNA event for people who never saw it. He's going over stuff with aces and eights. Foul is on point, so make sure you guys subscribe to him, follow him on Twitter, all the good stuff. Foul said that the first match was a bit of a cluster bunch. I like that wording better. Yeah. Rob says AEW referees are totally incompetent. They should establish their own set of rules so they stop looking so bad. I kind of agree with Rob. Not gonna lie on this one. Foul said he was excited for this match originally. Six says it's like we get it. Marco Stunt is a little guy. Enough with the little guy spots with him.
Yeah.
I don't hate it because Marco needs to be in those spots to be kept strong because he's going to be there a la Rey Mysterio in SmackDown like 2002. He is going to be the underdog who's always trying to battle back, trying to figure out a way to win against bigger competitors. He needs those spots sick, but at the same time, he doesn't need them in matches where he is on the outside. If you're on the outside, you don't need to interfere in every match. Take the break. Take the night off. You don't need to be there. Casey says he agreed with Sick. Doug is in the house. Doug, are you putting your hand up to ask a question, or are you doing the Dark Order sign? Yes. So, Casey says the Inner Circle needs to disband. Broken said he did not watch AEW tonight. Let's see here. Sean Harrington said, I'm pissed off I didn't get the notification and couldn't find you until I had to do this search. Ridiculous, but I'm here now. Yeah, Sean, if you guys haven't, if you're not getting notifications and you want them, hit the notifications bell again. I know sometimes it cuts off. YouTube is a real funny actor sometimes with that. They should bring in Hornswoggle for a week and have Marco turn heel and bully him. Rob, we'll speak to you afterwards about this, about your contract. What are you doing? First match was good to start off with, but the dives were getting out of hand. Yeah, there was a lot of them at one point into it.
Yeah, too many. At first, I was worried that Luchasaurus was going to do one. I'm like, I always think he's going to kill himself when he does this, because that one, every time where he gets the foot on the middle ropes and then does a flip over, I'm like, he is not getting over this. He is not going to do it. One day, God forbid.
Yo, let's not even speak that into existence.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, he's got to stop.
I think everyone's got to be careful with those top rope spots. Just be careful. But they're professionals, too. Let's see here. Sick brings up a good point before we move on to the next segment. I'd rather see how he utilizes his height in matches, kind of like how Rio did. That's why I like her so much. I miss Rio a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
Rio's been missing from the women's division. We're going to have more to talk about with that, too, in a little bit. Doug says, hashtag join the Derek Order. Please see Rob for shirts. Slacking. Thank you. We're at 21 likes already, too, people.
There we go.
See if we can get to 25. Let's see. I'm going to keep upping the goal as long as it happens here.
Let's push it. Let's push it. Come on.
I like that roundhouse kick being called the tail whip for Luchasaurus. Who doesn't? Luchasaurus is great.
It is. It is a good move.
Next, Moxley. Moxley comes with a great promo. I don't know if he was mad. Like, he made some comments on Busted Open Radio about, like, Vince McMahon writing promo scripts. He just got, like, fired up about it. I don't know if he was just fired up. He was like, yo, I'm about to crush my promo tonight because I don't want someone writing it for me. I know what I want to say.
Exactly. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, he did a good job in this promo just talking his mess.
Yep.
He was on his ish, I'll say. Like, he knew what he wanted to say tonight. And there's moments where people, I think, want to doubt Moxley. Like, his reign hasn't been great. Kind of reminds me of the WWE reign a little bit. F that, bro. Like, this dude is 10 times better, I feel, in this role.
Yeah, 10 times better than what he was. You all have to admit that. When he was Dean Ambrose in WWE, he was only good when he was with the Shield. Once they broke the Shield up, that was it.
I think he had his moments by himself, but they just had him doing too much, like, wacky craziness. Sean Harrington, if everybody wants to know where Rio has been, hashtag watch Stardom. You'll find Rio right over there. Stardom is great. Have you ever watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Let me just tell you, Stardom is really good. You'll like it, I think.
You said that about Impact.
You said you would give it another chance.
I would give it another chance.
All right. I'm telling you, Stardom's great. Someone tell this man. I'm tired of having to teach him stuff. All right? Next up, we have the TNT Championship. Very weird spot for this, for how much hype they gave it. I thought this would be the main event or the opening match.
I thought it should have been the main event. Main event or at least opening match, because there was a lot of hype. You know, it was so much hype that it wasn't where it was to the point where they had to wait until tonight to say, all right, Cody's challenger is yada yada yada. This one was already announced before the match, before the day even came. So it's like, okay, this is hyped up. And even he told me about it too. I'm like, Warhorse, I'm not too sure about him. I'd never seen him wrestle, but I think he had a good showing tonight.
Let's talk about it. First, if you guys don't know, Warhorse rules ass. All right,
Warhorse.
Stop. You have to tell them why you keep saying that. He kept yelling this randomly throughout the night.
Listen, if you go back and watch it, I'm putting a little bit more emphasis on it, but listen to how Taz said Warhorse. It was Warhorse. It was like, what are you talking about?
Rob's favorite commentator, Taz. It's Taz.
Warhorse?
Warhorse looked really good tonight.
I gotta say it right.
I'm not saying it like that. I can't do that, boys. Warhorse looked really good tonight, I thought. For somebody who came in with just being known on the independents, I was a big fan of him. The dude is good, man. I want to put the focus and shine on him right now because I think he was one of the brighter sides tonight of what was going on the show. Some may say bright side of the ring. I see you foul. yeah, he just did a really good job, I thought, with what he had, and he just crushed it. And Cody is still coming out a little cocky, a little arrogant.
Yep.
I'm just peeping some things that are going on. There's a lot of little underlying things too tonight that I think I hope they noticed when they were watching.
Listen, he still did the push-ups. Mm-hmm. He still did the push-ups. He was still
flexing even.
He was still also doing what was he doing? Just not taking Warhorse too seriously like he should have. Because there were a couple instances where Warhorse could have won.
Right. Warhorse really stayed on the arm really well, and Cody's focus was once again the leg.
Might I add, he also threw in the woo.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at the chat right now. 6 said this match was booty. I expected more. Zack Ryder, well, we'll talk about him in a second, was disappointing. Or made him forget how disappointing the match was, excuse me. Rob says Warhorse gained a lot of new fans tonight, but I wish they would have gave him the mic. I mean, that is Warhorse's strong point. A lot of people like him on the microphone, and as Files writing in the chat, his famous gimmick word is he rules ass. I don't know, man. Sean Harrington said Warhorse is a lot better than what we saw tonight, but he sells great. My only problem is when AEW does these indie guys, they need to give them at least a 30-second promo package or video to pump up who they are.
I agree with that. Because a lot of these people, like me, I never knew who Warhorse was or Eddie Kingston. So give them the opportunity, like Eddie Kingston. Give Warhorse the opportunity like you did Eddie Kingston. Let him roll with the mic for just a minute.
Well, let's get to the finish here real quick, because I want to bring up something that you have brought up. Cody gets the victory with the figure 4 leg lock once again. Warhorse did a great job blocking it, but Cody stopped him, finally locks on the figure 4. Cody is coming with this NWA 80s vibe. He seems like the Ric Flair. I was waiting for him to sneeze and start bleeding in this match. And that's no disrespect to Cody. Cody, that's actually a compliment more so, that I feel like he's the Ric Flair of AEW.
Has to be.
And that's not a disrespectful way. I just think he brings that style to the ring, that just classic Southern wrestling, and Cody's got it down for what he wants to do.
Right.
So everything happens. Warhorse takes the L, and Cody gets attacked immediately after by members of the Dark Order. Silver and Reynolds, Derek's personal favorites. They get in there. They beat down Warhorse after he tries to make the save. And Double A, if you have never seen an old man getting ready to fight, Double A crouched down, pulled them dress pants up, and said, "Come on, boys." I was hoping someone's spine was on the pine, but Double A knew he was probably about to get cooked. And who comes out, Derek, to make the save but WWE's former
Zack Ryder?
Matt Cardona now will be his name, his real name. And Matt Cardona comes out and makes the save. And he looked zacked, we'll say. This dude came out and he did a really good job. I think he looked in great shape. Stop.
Sorry.
He came out. He looked like he was in really good shape. He had energy. He just looked like he was happy to be there. He felt re-energized, it seemed like.
I thought at one point he was going to break his ankle with them loafers on, or whatever he had on.
Hold on here. You guys are going way too fast here in the chat. Let me see what we're doing here. Let me address what Casey said too at first. He says, speaking of Taz, he needs to be angrier on commentary. It's like a 180 when he goes to cut his cage promos. Yeah, but I don't know if I want Taz yelling on commentary that way either. I don't know. I'm weird about that. Taz is in a really weird position. I don't like when announcers are managers. It's a tough thing. It worked for Bobby Heenan back in the day, but he was a comedic character. So.
Right. I mean, the only one it really seems to work for right now is Chris Jericho. But that's the persona from when he's not wrestling to when he is. So
true that.
For Taz, I think when he's on commentary, he's got to keep it businesslike.
Right, and then Sean Harrington responds, Taz gets angry with Mox, and I think it makes sense because he has no reason to be angry against anyone else. Right. I get that. I can kind of live with that for now. You both make great points, truthfully, on that. Ace says Matt Cardona's debut was awesome tonight, so he seems to be a fan of the woo-woo kid. Woo woo, you could know it. One of my favorite Z True Long Island stories.
What do you think he's gonna name that move now?
I don't know. I don't know. He's gonna have to figure out some new names for it. He's creative. He's a creative dude. I think he'll figure out something. He always finds a way to do something. He always wants an opportunity. So let's see what he does. This is your chance, Matt Cardona. Let's see here. Casey said, or no, excuse me. Let's go to Foul first. Foul said those slight Cody heel teases as Arn stopped him. Arn is trying to put the brakes on it, but I'll talk more about Arn in a little bit. Foul says, or excuse me here, Casey. And Matt Cardona stole his spotlight. WTF, definitely a letdown. I'm trying to look at this from my phone. I apologize for those watching on video seeing me look down. Let's see here. Foul comes back and says, love the stuff as Cody was trying to stop himself from crossing into heel territory. Loved Warhorse in this... I just did it because you keep saying it. Love Warhorse in this match. He came across like $1,000,000. I agree. Doug says, if you followed Impact, Derek, you know who Eddie Kingston was. Big factoids.
But Impact sucked.
Moving on. Let's stick to AEW.
Just saying.
Hey, Doug brought it up.
Doug, you're still my boy, though. You're still my boy. I told you I would watch it. I watched it. I'm giving it another chance. Hopefully they can show me something better.
So, Cody gets a break next week from defending. That looks like it's going to be the case, Sean, as he was announced for a tag team match. Sick says, I want to see Taz choke somebody out. Chill, Sick. He's got a bad neck. I don't know if he can do anything anymore. I thought his last match was at that one night stand against, I think it was Jerry Lawler. I think it was his final match. Cardona definitely looked yoked, Casey said, but he still did the LI. You liked it back in 2011, I bet, though. He's from the Strong Eye. But look, when... like my haircut? That's where the gimmick came from anyway with him. But very different, though, here. I think Warhorse... So here's the weird thing. Everyone's saying give him the mic, give him promo packages, but what about the people who are trying to get signed with AEW or people who have been there for weeks and they're asking for the exact same thing? Can you give it to some new guy who's just coming in for, I don't know if it was a tryout match. I don't know what this means for Warhorse. Hopefully good things, but can you do that for them? Do you get what I'm saying? Is that fair?
Yeah, you can't do it for them when you have that much talent on AEW Dark.
I'm just throwing out a different point of view possibly on it.
Right, yeah. It's got to be, as they would say, even Steven. Can't just give somebody who's independent and doesn't have a contract versus against someone who's not independent anymore, who potentially has a contract or is working on a contract.
There's a bunch of people like the guys who've been on Dark every week,
right.
Evilise, DeMonte. Like, can you give someone a contract when you have those people sitting waiting on the bench?
Right. Yes, and no.
Tit for tat. You got to imagine you're Tony Khan. That's tough. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on here. Tony Schiavone is on the stage here, and the Inner Circle come out. I like this. They kind of bum rush the stage. Chris Jericho says, "Turn my damn music off." And he's still wearing that nasty ass orange jacket from Orange Cassidy. And Jericho comes out and he starts like talking about stuff being booked in the future. So August 12th, we are getting the rematch. Chris Jericho versus freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Cannot wait for that match. But what's going to happen next week though, August 5th, we have ourselves a debate. A good old debate. This seems weird. They were going really presidential tonight, it felt like.
Yeah. I think this will be... I think this is going to be funny to watch. Because we all know Orange Cassidy doesn't speak. So, Chris Jericho is basically having a debate by himself with himself.
I think there's going to be a lot of comedy bits in there.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Jericho has also promised a great moderator for this debate. I don't know who it is. Special guest. So you guys take your picks for who it's going to be now. But this should be funny. And then at the end of the segment, Jericho... Sammy even got to cut a little mini promo on Matt Hardy. He was like... he called Matt Hardy a son of a bee. And he said, how do you say son of a bitch in Spanish? Son of a L bitch.
Yeah,
What were they doing there? They tried to put a little comedy in there, but they were serious though throughout the whole thing.
Yes.
Like, whatever. Jericho's like, how does my jacket smell? And then Santana gives it the sniff this week, and he says, does it still smell like oranges? And then he said, smells like cat pee.
Cat pee. If you haven't smelled cat pee before, which I'm pretty sure everybody has, that is horrible. To all my cat owners, I'm sorry. I'm not a cat person. I like dogs, but no disrespect.
Bow wow wow.
Yippee, burr.
Oh, Incredible Hulk. Good. That was an insider joke. Why he just did that? Yeah, man. Pretty wild to get into a lot of this. So that was the end of that segment. Then we get to a segment backstage, bro. FTR. So if you guys missed this, we're gonna come with a little explanation from earlier today. Why aren't FTR in the top 5 for tag teams?
Right.
Tony Khan had to go on to explain, you guys are not in the top 5 for tag teams because you have not yet signed official AEW contracts, which I heard is technically true. I don't know if this was for show or part of the gimmick or whatever tonight, but they said, okay, we'll come in there, and they had it set up like they were at like a legal table. They had legal counsel there, like, oh, these are the contracts. Everything that you guys and Tony said, agreed upon, are in there. And they said, well, we've got some representation coming too for us. And they had their lawyer with them, but who comes through the door? Double A. Arn Anderson comes in, and he looks over the contract. Did you guys make sure? So apparently FTR is getting tag ropes in their matches. Tony, I don't know if Tony Khan will ever listen to this. I highly doubt he will. But if somebody hears this, pass the word. Tony, you have to make these rules matter. FTR will use these to their advantage and show you how heel tag team should work or face tag team should work. This would help so much. So they're getting tag ropes in their match. They also insisted that the rules be enforced when they are in tag team matches. I like this. This was part of my complaints earlier, so I can't be mad when they're trying to fix some of this stuff. I hope.
And I wonder if this is because of their match with the Lucha Bros.
Okay, let me see here. Cat P, a.k.a. any apartment hallway in New York. Sick, stop it.
That's true, though.
Jesus said they officially signed with AEW. Tony Khan posted it on Twitter. Hopefully it's not a work. Let's see. They officially signed a few weeks ago, but their first few matches, they were free agents still. Cool. Rob said Mid-Atlantic boys. Yeah, so they do all this. Arn is whispering to them, doing the coach thing, has his, make sure you guys get this put in.
Right.
Cool, I like it. Remember what we've been talking about, though. We've been seeing the 4 horsemen, like the 4 thrown up. I'm going to be real tonight when it comes to it. We've seen Tully watching them. Now they've got Arn coming in. And they talked about getting a tag team appreciation night on August 12th. I like it. I think tag teams do matter.
Yes.
I don't know if this means we're going to have like the Rock and Roll Express in there. If the whole August 12th card's tag matches. I don't know what this means. And they signed their deals.
That would actually be nice if August 12th was all.
But Jericho's already got his match with
that's true.
Orange. So I don't know what this means, this tag team appreciation. But FTR is hosting it sounds like. And here comes Hangman Page. Got a little bottle with him. A little bottle. And can I just say, best part is he comes in with 4 cups. And he puts one in front of Arn, FTR. And he puts one in for himself. Number 1. This man's cup was bigger than everybody else's. And he pours a little bit in everybody's. And when he poured his, Derek, what did he do?
I was like, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Filled his to the brim. Like, when he picked it up, he spilled all over the table.
Oh, my God.
Bro, how do you not laugh when that stuff happens? I was laughing as soon as I saw it.
Dude, I want to say that was... Oh, my God. It probably was whiskey, but in order to make it last...
You better hope it's iced tea.
You better hope it was iced tea, man.
Oh, dude.
Because I don't know anybody who's drinking whiskey like that. If you drink whiskey like that in a double shot glass,
Yo, let me just say this. He did pound it, like, when he had it. So they're all drinking. Yeah. Arn was great, too, when he was like, I can't be doing this anymore. And he poured it in one of FTR's. Good stuff here. It adds to that story of what's going on with the Elite, what's going on with FTR and the Bucks. Like, this is getting interesting.
You know what I say? Beginning of the end. But it is what it is.
So 6 says AEW 4 Horsemen, Cody, FTR, and Adam Page. Could be. Some people think it's Shawn Spears.
Right.
Fits the fourth part because he's already managed by Tully. We don't know. Dude, we get into the next part of all of this, and it's for the tag team titles. Funny segue. The tag team champions Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page defend against your boys, the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. First, Evil Uno dropped some weight. I've been noticing it for the past few weeks and on Being the Elite. Shout out to him because I think he looks great.
Yes.
Stu Grayson, he's probably one of the more solid performers. I don't think he's ever had like a really like...
He never really had a good run.
Hiccup. No, he hasn't had like any hiccups in anything.
Well, that too, yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been doing too much, but they were undefeated as a tag team. They got their tag title shot.
Right.
I feel like the Dark Order has lost some steam because of the no crowd thing. And, oh, crap, that's what I was going to get back to you with the Warhorse thing, too.
Oh, yeah.
No crowd has affected, I think, some of these people. Like you said, with Warhorse tonight, I think Derek believes Warhorse would have looked greater tonight if he would have had the crowd behind him.
I definitely do, because with his personality, he has that personality where you need to have a crowd behind you. If you don't have a crowd behind you, how do they hype you up? How do you get hyped up? You know what I mean? So for some wrestlers, they can go without the crowd. Others, that's what drives them to do what they do. And you have to have it. Like for instance,
well, let's look at the Dark Order. Do you think the Dark Order has been hurt?
Yes.
By no crowd?
I believe they have. Just because how do you promote the Dark Order without a crowd? Because then you can play to the crowd like, well, you're all living in a dream. This is how it really is. Come join us.
Right, and he has no one to play to at this moment except for wrestlers.
The wrestlers, yeah. So it's like now you're picking off the wrestlers to make up for that, but you can't really do it that way. For them, the Dark Order, you need the crowd, and I believe that's why a lot of people have.
Well, look at Rob right there. He said Brody killed the Dark Order. 6 said starting to look that way. Casey said they've ruined the Dark Order and they're on their way to ruining Mr. Brody Lee. Give them W's. They even got immediately shut down with after the match. Yeah, and we'll get into that. So on commentary, we've got Colt Boom Boom Cabana. Done commentary in Ring of Honor. He's been amazing. Brody Lee is standing outside near the commentary table with Anna Jay. She had a little mask on, looking like, would you say Anne Hathaway's Catwoman?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah,
I like that.
Anne Hathaway. I doubted you in that movie until you proved me wrong.
Anyway, yeah, so... Why do the Ortiz? Cat piss. So, yeah, they did a really good job here, though, of telling kind of the mixture of stories going on. I saw a great comparison. Whoever said this, I'm apologizing now because I don't remember writing it down. It might have been someone on Twitter. So, if you said this, full credit to you. Colt Cabana is like, so think of the Dark Order as a mafia movie, every typical mafia movie. Colt Cabana is the kid growing up around, like, Brody Lee's probably Robert De Niro. He's growing up around that guy who's in the mafia, and anytime something bad's about to happen, he's like, hey, Jimmy, come here.
Right.
Come here. I want you to go in the back and take Susie here with you. You guys go in the back. I don't want you to see any of this. And anytime they do bad stuff, they like hide it from Colt like he's a little kid. And Colt acts like I don't know. I'm getting wins. I mean,
exactly.
I can't complain. That's exactly like what they did with all of this. Let's see here. Sean Harrington says Dark Order is going to win next week, and Brody will get the next title shot against Kenny and Paige. Watch. Ooh, Sean coming bold. He's coming bold, and we'll talk about next week's matches too. Wait a minute. Who was with Vicky? We'll get to that, Jocelyn. I promise. I'm gonna try and move through this a little bit. Paige and Omega. We saw some early friction between them. Paige kind of got jumped before the match, and Omega still wanted to do his entrance. Like, it was weird. He kind of got upset with him.
Told you, beginning of the end. It's happening, bro.
Yo, one spot I have to talk about in this match. Freaking dope. So Paige gets thrown like to the outside or whatever, and Kenny Omega's in the ring battling, and I believe Kenny was the legal man with Evil Uno.
Yes.
And Stu Grayson gets whipped into the corner, and they have those cool cameras set up on the post. Bro. This man got whipped into the corner and just does a flip randomly and disappears. Kenny Omega's face is like, what the hell just happened?
Right, exactly.
And during all of that, Evil Uno like comes in and he knocks him down, hits a swanton off the top, which was perfect. Kenny sells this like he got hit with a grenade on the ground. Like, that was a really good sell by Kenny. Evil Uno hits the swanton with smoothness. I'm just giving props where they're due. And Stu Grayson just disappeared out of like nowhere. Like, where'd the dude go?
Right. Evil Uno, all the credit in the world. Like, I've never seen someone... I mean, well, no, I take that back. I have seen people like his size, but you don't expect him to do things like that because he didn't move that way. But now that he lost the weight, he's doing all these moves that you never saw him do. I'm in. I'm in. Let's go, Evo.
Yeah, let him rock, man. They're a great team.
Even that spot where the
double team
off the freaking shoulders into a powerbomb.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
That was great. I thought they could have been over for a second. Like they teased me on that one. They got me for a second.
I would have to say Kenny took a lot of moves that should have ended that night. I'm just saying.
A little Dark Order bias too. Remember.
Hey. I can't speculate on that.
Evil Uno eats a knee to the back of the head. Then he gets caught with the tag team combo of the buckshot lariat and the V-trigger. Goes down for the count. 1, 2, 3. GG. Tag champions retain. But this leads to Colton and AJ being rushed to the back. Jimmy, take your girl and take it to the back. It's like a Bronx Tale, whatever. Goodfellas. I love all those movies.
Carlito's Way.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's the man, by the way.
Yeah.
Just love Joe Pesci in those movies. I don't know why. Funny like a clown? What do you mean funny?
Tell me how I'm funny.
You're a funny guy. Check out The Super, too, if you've never seen him in that good funny movie.
Yo, that's a classic movie right there.
I think only old heads like us watch it, though.
Yeah.
So they go to the back. Mr. Brody Lee is pissed. Like, he's like, I've had enough of Hangman Page. I've had enough of all of this. And Dark Order, I don't know where all these cats came from. They surround the ring, so they're ready to brawl. And who comes out to make the save but the Young Bucks who are in the crowd, because Brody Lee called them out and they came in the ring too.
Yep.
And they're still outnumbered, but here comes FTR to make the save. So there's that weird relationship with the Bucks and FTR. It looks like a big brawl's about to happen. Yep. And they make the save and Dark Order back off. Brody Lee is laughing. I think he feels like he's got control still. So this makes things very interesting. And we'll run down next week's card in the middle here once they ran through it on the show. But pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. This bodes for like a huge feud, and I hope they do this to a point where it turns out very well and how it should be done. This should be like the defining moment if it says like, okay, me and Hangman are still rocking together, or we're going our separate ways.
There's a lot of stuff to tease for All Out that's coming up on September 5th. Let me see here. Sean said Anna Jay should not be hidden in the back. She should be up front and center. I could see that. FTR with the cooler spot. Foul. Yes, that they did do that again where they just throw this cooler at somebody's face.
I you know what? I was actually scared for Brody because when they hit him, like he went too far and didn't know like if he was gonna make it or not.
I couldn't even keep up with the action when they were all in there. All I saw were Young Bucks super kicking anybody who got on the apron. Mm-hmm. Super kick, see ya. Let's get to the next segment, though. Tony Schiavone, he gets a little message from Britt Baker. Britt Baker has an announcement to make here. Dr. Britt Baker says that she is going to take on Big Swole. It looks like it's going to be happening at AEW All Out, is what it seems like. The setup is still for. Britt Baker, just, great heel. Just says, I'm a dentist, I know what I'm doing. She says that Big Swole's got to beat somebody first, an opponent of her choosing. I think it's going to be Rebel or Reba.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'll happen. Does she even have a contract, though?
Don't know. I don't know who has a contract. It's weird when everything's like kept private with them,
right? Yeah.
For the most part. Let me see here. I'm sorry. I'm going back to what some people were saying here. Sean Harrington put, makes me think of Animaniacs. Let me see. Good Feathers that were based on Goodfellas, based on Godfather, and Goodfellas parody of the pigeon as Pesci, who gets angry for being told he was funny. Sean, I love that sketch. Good Feathers for Life. Oh, yes, from Animaniacs. I'm stupid for trying to read it that way.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
said FTR came to save Paige. So technically, yes, they came to save Paige is what maybe they want you to think. I like I said, there's layers to this. Are they using Paige? What's up with Paige and Omega? Where do the Young Bucks stand with all of this? There's layers. It's like a cake. It's like a cake.
Too many.
We have I don't know if this was for the women's title. I think I saw a graphic that said it was, so we're just going to say it was. The AEW women's title is on the line. Diamante getting ready to take on the champion, Hikaru Shida. We find out that the Deadly Draw tournament is going to start this Monday. It's going to be on YouTube, so if anybody wants to watch, contact Jesus De Leon. He is the YouTube AEW Dark manager along with me for what is going on in all things AEW Dark. Shout out to Jesus' boy, Mr. Hobbs. Jesus is ready for him to get signed. Very interesting stuff here. Solid match with Shida. I like the fiery promo they gave Diamante. I think you were impressed.
I was very impressed. Yet again, another wrestler that I haven't seen until he brought it up. And then I finally see her on AEW. She definitely cut a good promo to get her point across. To basically, I'm here to do what I need to do to win the championship, and I'm going to do what I need to do.
I love people in the chat saying it's Reba, not Rebel. She always says it's Rebel, not Reba. I love it. That Diamante match sucked, Casey said. I think Diamante's had better matches. Like last week with Ivelisse, I've seen better matches out of those two, but it could have been time constraints. I don't know what the issues are, but some people aren't feeling it. I thought this was a solid match. It was all right.
I thought it was good too. I just want to say it's probably they don't. This is new to them. They're working,
television.
They're television for one. They're working with a time limit for two, and they're working with top-notch caliber.
You would think that would make it easy. I don't know. I didn't hate this match. Like I said, I thought it was solid for what it was. Shida gets the win with the knee. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let me see here. Jesus wants to let you know that Diamante was an Impact for the record.
Impact still sucked.
Chill, bro.
Why?
Chill.
Go read my thing.
Show some respect. Come on now.
Listen. I didn't shit on it. I did not shit on it.
You said it sucked. What is that supposed to mean?
There's a difference.
What?
Between shit on and sucked.
Sean says Diamante was sloppy as hell. Made me wish Ivelisse won, which I thought was a mistake last week. I thought Ivelisse should have won too. That's just me. Sloppy, awkwardly paced. No bueno, Casey says. Jesus said, I feel like it's the time limit. I agree, Conrad. Solid match. Ivelisse carries the match last week. Diamante can't carry matches. She's working with Shida, who has... he said maybe there's a language barrier.
Probably.
Perhaps that could be an issue too, though. Derek, I don't want your excuses for a terrible match. Laugh out loud. Diamante still wrestles with her LAX Impact gear. Look, dude, at the end of the day, I'm still willing to give her a chance. I think we need more women in this division. Let's see.
I think the tournament will be good for them. I think it'll be good for them. This will be their main stage to show, like, all right, this is why I deserve to be here. This is why I am who I am.
Look, this tournament's going to be rough, too, though, I think,
It
from
is.
what I'm seeing, who's in it. So let's get into this. So we find out the rules to the tournament immediately after. This tournament is essentially WCW's Battle Bowl. If you guys don't know what that is, there are random tag teams that were put together in WCW. This is the Battle Bowl tournament, by the way. And this tournament that they're doing is going to follow the exact same thing here of drawing like colors, I guess. So there were like chips that they were getting. And whatever color you get, like if I get red and Derek gets red, we're a tag team.
Right.
If, let's say, Rob gets red and Jesus gets green, they're not on the same team. They're opposite teams for this round. And then it changes for the next one.
Right.
So you're going to get a lot of mixed up tag teams, which is weird because didn't they introduce the Nightmare Sisters in it as like a team, it felt like?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least I think so. I think they did.
But they explained the rules for this, though, as far as it goes. So they picked the random colors. We cut backstage to Nyla Rose and her new manager, Vicky Guerrero. Vicky didn't want to excuse me. Hopefully they slowly transition out of this. I get doing it for now until All Out. But let's transition Vicky out of this and let's define her in a new role. I want to see a new version of Vicky Guerrero when it comes to this. And Nyla Rose got purple. She said, I like purple. And I forgot who was doing the interview backstage. What is her name? I'm going to call her Dasha. She was backstage doing the interview, I believe. I think it was her. And she said, well, we already know who drew purple as well. And some random girl comes in. I thought it was someone from Dark at first. But it's Ariana from the Funkadactyls, Cameron, if you guys don't know. Tough Enough. What's your favorite match? Melina versus Alicia Fox. My man Stone Cold never looked so disappointed in his life.
Shooting with me in the gym.
Yeah, dude.
Shooting bricks.
Yo. I don't know, man. I hope she's, like, gotten better since I last saw her.
I hope so too, because
I mean, she still got a contract later. I don't know. I feel like there's a tough sell right now for women's wrestling.
I think it is too. And the bad part about it is there's so many of them that can wrestle. Right.
Like, I feel like, to me, Stardom and Impact have the best rosters right now for women's wrestling.
I will agree with that.
And WWE's not too shabby either. Like, they're doing pretty good for the most part. They're not utilizing people properly, but they have a pretty good women's roster still. Yeah. I'm just seeing boos. Foul said that was a funky choice. I love it, Foul. Thank you for that.
That was a funky choice.
I swear I thought it was too, Conrad. A Dark Wrestler, somebody from the crowd. He just put the hand over the face. Yo, bro, I don't know what they're doing. You know what? I'm going to say this. I want her to do well in this. Damn it, man. Like, I don't want this tournament to be bad. Like, this is a chance to showcase your talent.
Yeah. This one is... There's no middle ground with this. This is either going to be good or this is going to be bad.
Somebody's got to take the opportunity. Seize the opportunity. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you can do.
Let me see here. We had somebody new up in the chat a second ago bring this up, and I wanted to give them a shout out here. I believe it's... if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. Damian Lagarde talking about MJF is going to be the Four Horsemen leader. And he believes that there's also going to be a reunion of... We're going to just say lax. Don't need any lawsuits coming from Impact these ways.
Right.
But, that famous airport out west. MJF comes out and gives a State of Wrestling address. Derek, the backstage stuff was money. Let me just say this. MJF comes out. He's signing stuff. How would you have liked to have been the dude who had to put the gum in his mouth?
Never would have been me. Here you go.
Nah, he was like, made dude stick the gum in his mouth. Then we had him signing things. Wardlow looking like head of security. I'm surprised him and Wardlow, they really haven't teased any more friction too much. They planted the seeds, but they haven't done anything too crazy yet.
Nothing to do it, though. I mean, there's no incentive for them to do it right now. I mean, you could have while he was on the podium or something, like, you know, at the podium or something. But other than that, I mean, you really can't tease anything just yet because they haven't really wrestled in a while. So I think you gotta leave it where it's at and let it work from there.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the comments about Cameron in the chat. Y'all leave that girl alone. Y'all leave her alone. MJF comes out. MJF showed tonight why he is one of the best heels in the business.
Yes.
I can tell you this. If I was a betting man, we were talking about Jim Cornette like crapping all over stuff and hating on stuff. He's going to eat this up.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to eat this up like a damn cheeseburger because MJF sold this shit.
Yes.
And when we talk about what MJF does, this is what I was talking about. He doesn't need to wrestle every week. The man being on TV is a draw. I was supposed to be taking like full-blown notes. I stopped taking notes in the middle of this because he had me drawn in. Those are things I pay attention to.
Right.
I was drawn in and I was like, yo, hold on. Let me stop taking notes and really listen to what this dude's saying. MJF is now, basically, we'll just get into it. He's advocating for a world title shot. He is undefeated, as well as Moxley. They've lost tag matches, but they have never been pinned themselves. They have never been submitted. So MJF and Jon Moxley look like they're going on a crash course. And I told everybody, I thought this should happen at All Out. And you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Tiff from the All Elite podcast as well. Shout out to you and Kyle Masters. Love the show. Tiff has been saying the same thing too. Does it happen at All Out or Full Gear? But we knew MJF had to be a number one contender. The win streak is too great. He did a really good job though. Like I don't know who had the better promo time. I'm gonna go with MJF probably, but he had a longer time period and he got time in the ring to showcase it. Moxley's promo was right there with him though. I think it was just intense.
That was a neck and neck kind of situation. Granted, like you said, MJF had more time to build that promo. Mox only had maybe 5 to 7 minutes to do his.
Oh, let me see here. Casey said the promo was the only really good thing from tonight's show, in his opinion. 6 said MJF cut the best promo in AEW to date. MJF versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship at All Out. Book it, Ace says. Yep. Jesus says more like a Big Mac, Conrad. Double onions, double mayo. Sean Harrington says MJF was Jim Cornette tonight. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't say Outlaw Mud Show and all that other shite. 6 said he got CM Punk promo vibes. Jesus said MJF will win the best promos this year. Wish we had fans there for this. Exactly. MJF said nothing I disagree with, honestly. That's the best heel. I said that to Casey in the Facebook group. If you guys aren't in the Facebook group, go apply. You have to answer 3 stupid questions just to make sure you're not a bot. Go in there and join the Facebook group. We had a good conversation. Casey had brought up like he's speaking the truth, and I said all good heels tell the truth.
They do.
That's why you hate them, because they're telling you the truth.
You can't live that fantasy world when you run into a true heel.
Derek, I don't know if I'm ready to ask you this. You keep this in mind for the upcoming weeks, Derek.
Okay.
Is MJF ready to be the champion? You don't have to answer it now, but I want you to keep that in mind for the next few weeks as we get to September 5th.
You got it. I'm on it.
All right, D. So let's see. Next week, we've got some matches lined up. We have Cody teaming with Matt Cardona to take on your favorite member of the Dark Order, Mr. John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Who's Griff Garrison? This is going to be a pretty good match. I'm glad that the Beaver Boys get a chance to get back in the ring again.
Yep.
Not mad at it. We get an update on what's going on with MJF, so I don't know if that means he's going to address the crowd again. Maybe he's going to try and talk to Moxley, but there's going to be some type of update with MJF. We have ourselves a 6-on-6 tag match. I took the glasses off for this. Bro.
I'll let you rock with that one.
Bro. if you couldn't handle a 5-on-5 tag team match, why the hell would you do a 6-on-6?
Yeah, see, for me, I have never been that type of person to really bang with the tornado matches. I don't like tornado matches. I never liked them in the video games. I don't like them now. The tornado matches just cause too much chaos.
Time out, bro. You weren't in XGW. You needed those tornado attacks. But no, go ahead.
But it's just too much chaos. Nobody could keep that a tornado match controlled. It was just all right. We're getting in. We're attacking. Boom, boom. Referees just standing there like, what are you doing? Stop. What happened to the 1, 2? I think there's too much that happens in a tornado match where they have to let the rules go.
And we're going to talk about that too in the next match. Shit. There was a lot going on in there. Casey's yelling at me saying, I didn't say it was in my opinion. Casey, I had to add in my opinion so that nobody thought that's what I thought. For the record. Because you said that was the only good thing on the show. I don't think that tonight.
No.
I will disagree. Respectfully, of course. So we have a 6-on-6 tag match. We've got Jericho and Orange getting ready for the debate. They called it Super Wednesday next week with the guest moderator. That is what we have for the show.
Terrible.
Derek's notes for the main event, neither of us wrote them. So we're just going to take that with what we got. Intern was in here at the time.
Yeah. So I was keeping him busy.
Yeah. Messing stuff up.
Hey,
I know. He's got to put his application in for next year, though. I don't know if we can have this going on. So we get the tornado tag match. It's supposed to be Darby Allen and Jon Moxley versus Cage and Ricky Starks. Now, there were rumors. Listen, last week, Darby Allen got rocked on those tag ropes, bro. Not on the tag ropes, the ropes off the entrance ramp. Yes. Dude, I thought the man had a concussion. Rumors were he did have a concussion. I guess he's okay a week later. Maybe it was just a light one. Maybe he was just knocked loopy for a second. Who knows how true the wrestling news sites were with that. They didn't come from all reliable sources, at least where I saw it. We get a tornado tag, so Team Taz talks all this stuff on the microphone about what they're going to do to Moxley. It's 2-on-1. No one's there. During their entrance, Darby Allen does a coffin drop. For all those who said the coffin drop move is done, that ain't done no more, bro. He does a coffin drop on them on their way out to the ring, bro.
Yeah, that was different. That was new. That was refreshing to me. In my opinion, I felt like that was refreshing. You don't get people doing that kind of stuff like that anymore. I blame society.
For what? Blame society for what?
It's censorship.
Listen, something should have been censored in this match, and I'm going to talk about it for the finish. Bro. So, this match is exactly what you're talking about with the entire idea of a tornado tag. There's no rules. Refs can't count anybody out. They have to just let things rock when it comes to this. I like that they had Moxley making saves on Darby Allen. They had him doing this and that throughout the match, like making a save, right, catching him, stopping him from doing something foolish that could really get him hurt.
Right.
Even right before the commercial break, let me just say this. Ricky Starks does like this little dance across the ropes. I laughed so hard right before the little promo tag. By the way, genius for them doing that to keep you watching their show.
Right.
Ricky Starks does this little dance across the ropes, and Jon Moxley yokes this fool by his neck and brings him back into the ring. Cage makes the save. They battle, they brawl, and throughout all of this, you see people trying to go for the finish. Cage gets knocked out of the ring. Moxley's out, and then Darby Allen grabs a skateboard. Derek, I'm going to let you tell this. Because dude, if I started the show like the moment after it ended, you guys would have heard me screaming.
All right, so, no disrespect to Ricky. Was it Ricky Starks?
Yes.
No disrespect to Ricky Starks.
Disrespect? No pain, I hope, for that man.
Every time you go to say his name, I keep thinking, Ricky Spanish.
I'm blaming Jocelyn for that.
But no. All right, so Darby Allen grabs a skateboard, no wheels, just the board itself, and in this board, this is when it became the shortest moment of a hardcore wrestling match from the old WWF days. My man gets on top of the ropes. Pop shove it.
He didn't pop shove it. He ollied on that man's back, bro. He does an ollie on the man's back, and he like glided across.
Listen, that was the worst back to thumbtacks to back situation. Cody's was bad. Had me cringing, but this, after you've seen it, it was like, did he rip like skin off of his back?
Dude, it felt like they took the tacks and dragged him across his back.
Yes, that was so gut wrenching. I'm like, oh, that's gotta be worse than Cody, because the way that he took that,
bro, he looked like he was in pain. Six said it best. He said, "Rip to that man's back. I saw that leg shake and I knew he was in pain and wanted to cry."
Oh yes.
He eats the pinfall after by Darby Allen. 1, 2, 3. The match is over. They try to get like Ricky out of there. Like Taz showed compassion on commentary. That's what really sold it for me.
Yeah.
So for people who want to say like, "Hey, Taz doesn't do it," Taz did it tonight.
Taz definitely can do this on a regular basis. He can definitely do that on a regular basis.
He freaking sold it tonight. Like, oh man, I gotta go check on Ricky, and like goes over there to check on him.
Right.
And dude, his back looked just mincemeat. Like oh God, I don't even want to think about that.
Chop burger.
What's going on, PR? PR's in the house.
PR.
Yes. I'm gonna do that too one day. You ain't doing that to me, bro. I'll run if I see someone with a skateboard with tacks in it now.
Listen.
Like, oh, God, dude, I cringe. But after the match, Tony Khan's got his finger on the button because he was like, yo, next week, Jon Moxley is defending the AEW Championship against the number 5 contender. My man Jesus knows who it is. It's Darby Allen. Mm-hmm. Darby Allen is getting another title shot, and all I can think of is what Six said that night the last time they fought. The ghost of Darby Allen is going to rise to try to get his payback against Jon Moxley.
Oh,
it's going to be a wild one.
Better not catch that paradigm shift off the ropes again, because that was Lord.
Sean Harrington said, "But why?" I feel like they're just doing this match to add some intrigue to it. They've been teaming up, and it was weird too. They tried to tease on commentary like these two don't even know, but next week they're gonna be opponents.
Right? Yeah.
I get it. They were just trying to add some oomph to the show a little bit. Given that Darby's gonna have a title shot, I think this is gonna further his feud with Cage or Ricky Starks, whoever he's facing coming up.
I would say it's Cage, because if you think back at
don't say back right now.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh!
When you look at it, they had the ladder match at the last pay-per-view, and those two collided from there. So I think this is an ongoing feud. I don't think it came to that situation where it's like, all right, now we need to address this, because Brian is still focused on the title.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because technically he hasn't been beaten in his eyes.
Exactly.
Officially. Sean Harrington said he's number 5. Darby should have insisted Darby should have asked for the title shot instead of like it being given to him.
Right.
I'm not mad at that. Maybe they ran out of time. Yeah, Casey says interference in that match next week. Yeah, I feel like Cage is coming out to destroy Darby.
Oh yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. Maybe MJF gets involved since he's trying to get the title shot. Maybe Cage tries to get one more in before All Out. There's a lot of potential here. Thumbtacks, baseball bat with barbed wires, and a table on fire. Let's go, Conrad. Listen. If this happens, we're going to have to shield you. Me, Derek, and Rob, we're just going to have to turn into the shield.
Yep.
You're going through the table. All right, PR? But, guys, let me know tonight, what did you think of AEW Dynamite? Was it a thumbs up show? Thumbs down? I'm going to Derek first to get his thoughts, but you guys put your stuff in there, and then we'll get ready to hop out of the stream. Derek, what'd you think of tonight's show, man?
I still think this was a thumbs up. Granted, the sloppiness in the first match. Both the tornado matches was just like could have done without them. But I still think this was a good showing for AEW. Is it perfect? No. Nothing. None of these shows are going to be perfect. If they are, that's a one-time deal for the next 20 years.
Okay. Jesus is saying 6.5 or 7 out of 10 for him.
So that still counts.
Casey said if that match happens, Conrad better do a moonsault. You damn right I will. Got to pull out all the stops because I'm not going through no damn thumbtacks. I will do a moonsault. Ace said thumbs up for him. Broken says he didn't watch yet. I am going to say a thumbs up for me personally. Like I said, not a like major thumbs up like, hey, you need to go and check this show out for sure. It was all right.
It's a lukewarm thumbs up.
Yeah. And you know what? Every week can't be banger after banger after banger. I mean, we did get a surprise with Matt Cardona. We got Warhorse tonight.
Right. I mean, if you do it that, never mind.
What? Saving it.
Rob
said thumbs up. Casey said 4 out of 10. He's giving it his Bret Hart impression. Sean Harrington said it was a fine show. Nothing outstanding outside of the promo world. I thought was solid between Mox and MJF for promos. Warhorse did his thing. I like the tag title match. And it was a show building for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Conrad. Gonna have to take it out on everyone at the time. Like the Radicals. Alright. Derek's favorite frog splash ever from Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero on top. My God, what a frog splash.
Sean says 6 out of 10 for him. It wasn't bad. I see we're at 29 likes. Anybody wants to put us over that threshold? If we can get to 30, I would appreciate it. Jocelyn coming in with Ricky Spanish once again.
See, Jocelyn knows.
Nah, Jocelyn had everybody talking about some damn Ricky Spanish for the week because of that.
Listen, Ricky Spanish is going to live on, bro.
Stelios Cantos from Rob one week. A lot of American Dad references recently.
Stelio Cantos.
You know what? That sounds like the perfect place to end this show. You guys enjoy. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat who showed up for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out, doing the darn thing with us tonight. No complaints here.
None.
No complaints here. So thank you guys so much for joining us for Dynamite. I have been working on that project. I think I'm going to split it into parts when the podcast returns. I think I'm going to do it sometime within the next couple weeks. I'll bring it back. It may not be live. I can't promise you that. I'm going to try and bring it back with this, and then I'm going to try and figure out what I want to do, or if I want to try and maybe edit some videos and do like top 10s or something. We're going to figure out something, though. We're going to get some podcast news, everything else in there like we used to. But for myself, my boy D, this is... Wait. Let the Spanish guy shine on his own. I'm seeing people saying choke out Conrad. You guys knock it off.
Ace, make sure when you say the Spanish God, it has to be said that way.
Yeah, I'm going to let you guys do whatever you think is best here for the exit. Derek, I feel like you want to end with your craziness of a song, so I'll let you just end it with some Stelios Cantos for everybody.
Stelio Cantos.
We're out. Peace.